Hello everyone. So in this video, I am going to explain about copy activity concept. So in my previous video, I already explained the basics copy activity, like how to perform a copy activity. So in this video, I will explain some theory and concept. Then in the upcoming video, I will go with multiple scenarios of copy activities. Okay, so first start with this. To use the copy activity in Azure Data Factory or Synapse, we need to first create a link service for the source data store and sync data store. This is the first step. So when we create a link service, we need to specify a integration runtime. Okay. So what is integration runtime? That I already explained in my previous video. So in this video, I will explain which integration runtime we should choose based on copy activity scenarios. Now, next, after creating a link service, we need to create a data set for the source and sync. And then finally, we do create a pipeline for copy activity. So first step is to create a link service. And while creating a link service, we need to specify a integration runtime. Okay. So copy activity is executed on an integration runtime. We can use different type of integration runtime for different copy scenario. So which integration runtime we have to choose? It's based on different data copy scenarios. Okay. So first integration runtime act as a bridge between copy activity and data source and data sync. So what is integration runtime, types of integration runtime, everything I already explained in my previous videos. Now, when we are copying data between two data sources that are publicly accessible through the internet from any IP, we can use Azure integration runtime for the copy activity. Okay. Now, when we are copying a data to and from data store that are located on-premise or in a network with access control, in this case, we have to use self-hosted integration runtime. So now, when which integration runtime we have to use already explained. Now next part, the following logic is used to determine which integration runtime instance is used to perform the copy. Okay, so the first part is when we are copying data between two cloud data source. Okay, so if both source and sync link service are using Azure IR, okay, means Azure integration runtime, the regional Azure IR is used if it was specified. So what does it mean? So when while creating a Azure IR, if we specify the location of Azure IR, then in that case what will happen, this copy activity will use Azure IR of that particular location. Like if we while creating Azure AIR, if we host that Azure IR on West US, then while performing the copy activity, it will use that particular Azure IR. Now, if instead of this, instead of normal Azure IR, if we use auto resolve IR, then what will happen? In this case, the location of Azure IR is automatically determined. Like just assume our source or sync is near at some location, just location at A and B. Location A, just assume our source is at East US and sync is based on West US. And if we choose an auto resolve IR, so in that case, what will happen? It will choose nearby Azure IR. Okay, so next is copy between a cloud data source and data source in a private network. If either the source or sync link service pointed to self-hosted IR, in this case copy activity is executed on self-hosted IR. So if either source or sync link service point to self-hosted IR, so in this case copy activity is executed on self-hosted IR. So how to create a link service, how to choose self-hosted IR, everything I will explain in my upcoming videos. Okay, so this is just theory class. Now next is copying between two data source in a private network. both the source and sync service must point to the same instance of integration runtime, and that IR is used to execute the copy activity. So this is the condition we have to follow when we have a source and sync both are in on private network. Now, when we perform a copy activity from a source to sync, what happen while copying a data from source to sync, serialization, deserialization happen, compression, decompression happen, then column mapping happen. Okay. So what is serialization and deserialization? Serialization and deserialization happen when we have a different file format between source and sync. Example, when we copy data from CSV format in a Azure SQL database. Okay, so source is CSV and destination is Azure SQL database. So in this case, serialization and deserialization will happen. How? This is just an example. CSV data transfer as a bit and byte over the network, that is called serialization, and then it convert that stream of bit and byte to a SQL format, that is called deserialization. So in our source, we have a CSV, and destination we have a SQL format. So now we have to copy data from one format to another format. So what happened? CSV data transfer as a bit and bytes over the network, then convert that stream of bits and byte to a SQL format. Okay, so that last part is deserialization. Now next is compression and decompression. That is similar to zip and unzip. So at the source, it do zip means it compress the size, and while storing data, or can say transferring data to sync, again it unzipped and then store the data, or can say transfer the data at sync. Now final is column mapping. So column mapping is very simple, just we map the column, means we give the column name, or can say map the column name, like in the source we have a and already we have a data at B destination. So A column should match with column A, B should match with B. So how to perform this column mapping, that I will explain in my upcoming video. So this theoretical part already completed. So in my next video, I will create first link service, and then a data set, and then we'll perform a copy activity. Thank you.